Hey gang, what is going on? One here, about to play a little bit of Super Galaxy Squadron EX. This game is available on Steam for the low price of $9.99. Now, with a very positive rating and release date of February 18, 2016, the website states that Super Galaxy Squadron is a fast-paced vertical shooter designed for human beings as well as shump veterans, featuring a challenging but merciful difficulty curve, forgiving health system, and 14 playable ships. Now, I've had the chance to play a little bit of the game, hence the continue option. There's also arcade, endless, not too many things in the option department. I'm playing the game with a PS4 controller. Now, this is made directly more to be supported with the Steam controller or an Xbox controller, so I had to use Input Mapper to get this working. Really easy. If you go into arcade, you see 3 different options: casual, veteran, and hell. I'm never touching this one here. Now I'm gonna go up here. You're also treated with even more options, and I'm going to choose normal because this is not really my genre. But we have a really good friend and fellow Extra Life streamer, Mighty GR Gaming. He worships this type of game. Whenever he streams it, I just get really anxious. You see there are 14 different playable ships. Each one you see on the lower left has different sets of power, armor, agility. They also have their own hyper special. Now, the only one that I've really had a chance to play with is Cobalt, which is the average character, as you can see. So I'm just going to select him. I didn't really play a lot of Space Invaders or Galaga growing up. I was more of a Puzzle Bobble or Pac-Man type of person myself. But it's a genre that I like to watch. And seeing that this game has gotten a pretty good reception, I figured I'd give it a shot.
That was a distress beacon we just received from Centauri. As of 2 minutes ago, we've lost contact with the last of Geon's security forces. We may not know the full situation, but HQ is ready to consider this an act of war. We're deploying all available ships to stop this before they do any more damage. We've also been given clearance to launch the Super Galaxy Squadron, so back them up with all you've got and this should be over in no time. Good luck out there.
I'm just gonna say, I did not expect to hear voiceover in this game. So basically, things are not going well, and I'm here to save the day. Pretty simple, right? So you get the deal. You see on your screen the different control methods. If you've played this type of game, there's nothing I can really tell you that you don't know about them already. But if you're somebody that wants to get into this, like myself, this is not bad. I've played around 40 minutes to about an hour of the game. I beat about 4 bosses. I died a couple of times. As I mentioned, this is not really my genre. I'm more of a first-person shooter or a platformer guy myself. But it's nice. Graphically, it's got the retro style, which a lot of games have nowadays. One thing I appreciate is that because I'm playing in the casual difficulty, you don't see me getting one-hit killed for death. Instead, you actually lose health, but I'm going to try my best to actually just not die. And it's not like other games that I have seen that have come out recently within this genre that right off the bat, it is just ridiculous. This is manageable right now. It's letting you know, like, okay, right now I see a little bit more arrows being thrown at me. You get the power-ups. That one powers up my primary weapon, which is the one that I'm using right now. Then there's the hyper, which in this case, if I use the shoulder buttons, I can throw out a stronger missile, which can also be powered up. You can also pick up health. Now, the setting that I have the game set to, if I die, I actually do have checkpoints. You can see how many ships I have available in the upper right side of the screen. Okay, not doing bad here. By the way, I'm just going to point out, do those scores or coins, like the big ones, do they remind you of the Internet Explorer logo? Because it really does to me in that. Like, look at that. Like, I know that's not an E, but that's like the cousin of an E, right? As I said earlier, this is manageable right now. I play a little bit of Dance Dance Revolution, and oddly enough, I can sort of compare this to that because you're just seeing things fly across the screen. You need to react really quickly to them. So if anybody else has sort of that comparison, I'd love to know if you either agree or disagree with me, so leave that in the comments. Okay. Do my best to not get hit. Now, I don't want to say I've been doing great, because I probably haven't. And if you're an expert at this type of game, maybe I've done like 20 things that are wrong already, but hopefully they're not too bad. Okay, here we go. First boss. So you get 2 health items. In my case, I'm going to grab one just because. I'm going to throw out the hyper attack right now. So you see that. I also really appreciate that you can see the boss's health on the upper side of the screen. See, I already got hit. And it's not like you can take a lot of hits. Okay, this is where just my eyes start to go everywhere. Like, I don't really know. What are you supposed to look at primarily when you play these games? In my case, I never look at top. I basically look at the ship. And I'm doing way worse than I was before. Like, way worse. Okay, he's almost gone. He's almost gone. Just a couple more. Couple more. There you go. Yeah, for those that play these games, do you primarily look at the ship that you have? Do you look at top? Because in my case, I basically look at the ship and just like peek at anything that's happening above with my eyeballs. Somehow, I don't know. I can't really explain that. I think you get the point, right? Okay, so you're basically sending me somewhere else. I'm not going to spoil the story for you if you're in this for the story. I'm just going to let you enjoy this music for a little while. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a beautiful track you are listening to right now. My hyperdrive is ready to explode, but I will save that for a little bit later. As you can see, the S is what powers up my secondary attack. Now, another reason I wanted to experiment this type of game is because I work, and my work sometimes leads me to arrive home late. And even though, ideally, I would love to play games like Fallout, you know, games that you can just sink 40, 50, even 300 plus hours into them, I kind of like the idea of having multiple games on my Steam account or PSN where I can just pop in, play, have a good time, and be done with it. A game like that, and you can check out a video right here on the channel, is Super Stardust HD, which is another reason why I gave this game a shot, because Super Stardust HD was sort of the game that really got me re-interested in this genre. But I'm really enjoying this game so far. I like the graphical style, even though it's retro. It's got like, I don't know, just high resolution sprites. I really enjoy the music, the fluidity of the game. As I mentioned earlier, I enjoy that you can see the boss's health, and that the game does give you different options. It's aware that not necessarily everybody likes to have a super incredible challenge. Another comparison, once again, to DDR is that there are those keyboard warrior people that don't really play on a pad. But you give those guys a keyboard and they can play extreme difficulty songs. I'm not like that. I prefer to just get the dance mat, dance to a couple songs, and have a good time. Maybe play in hard, maybe expert in some songs. And I can do that same thing here. I have the option of a checkpoint while I'm playing. Here's the second boss now. And if you've played this game, by the way, I would love to know, what is your favorite thing about it? Let me know that in the comments section. And if you know any other game that you'd like us to cover on the channel, whether it be a Twitch stream or right here on the channel, just let me know. Join the family, subscribe, like, do all of that sexy, delicious jazz, because we want you to become part of the family. And if you look at my health, I'm not doing too good. I'm doing too good. Hopefully a health pack drops pretty soon. See, originally I actually went like 4 bosses without dying, so I'm quite disappointed in myself right now. Because like I just don't get, how do you get better at these games aside from just patterns and remembering them? Is that the primary thing? Do you just develop a reflex over time? I'm assuming you do, because this is almost like a sport. I mean, just you need to just move with your eyes and just make sure you can get a really good joystick or an arcade stick. I tried playing this with the keyboard. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, and that did not go well. Just it felt uncomfortable. So if you're interested in playing this, please just get any type of controller. If you have a PS4 controller, remember you can plug that in via USB. And if you have a laptop or computer that has Bluetooth, you can also use that. You just press the PS button and the share button, and you hold them until it starts blinking. And then when you go to your Bluetooth settings on your computer, you can actually pair that up, and that's it. And it'll work like any default PC controller. So if you didn't know that, now you know. That's actually how I'm playing this game right now. My PC Bluetooth is not the best, so sometimes I'll be using the USB, or if we're streaming or something, I'll make sure to plug that in just so I don't have to plug it in, and charge it progressively. Let's see, guys. I'm going to give it one more boss. I really just want to see if I can progress as much as possible here.
The attack on Indy was successful, but they saw it coming. We have SETI forces advancing on Barnard as we speak.
Oh, man.
Super Galaxy Squadron and all ships stationed in Centauri. Make your way there. It's a foothold on the core systems, so we need to make sure it stays in our hands. All ships in Seoul.
No, it's going to be in our hands. Just don't worry about that.
Draw their attention. Control out.
Control out. April 29. That is really far into the future. Is this how we're gonna drive to work, just by doing this? That's like 400 years from now. Just think about that. Let's grab that Internet Explorer logo. No Firefox, no Chrome. Now, I can't directly compare this to other games of this genre, as I've mentioned multiple times throughout the video. This is not something that I play a lot, but it does intrigue me to try other games like this. Keep in mind, this one is single player. I know some games do have multiplayer components, like Super Stardust HD, which I brought up earlier. And the cool thing is that if you're not so much into the arcade mode, there is the endless mode, and I love the survival elements that any game can add, where it's purely based on longevity. How long can you last before you die? That to me seems like the type of game mode that I would play the most if I were to replay this. So I want to actually play that down the line, just to see like how much does the difficulty spike. Does it take its time to make sure you can progress for a couple of levels? Does it just go, knee deep with that arrow into it, just to make sure like you're getting yourself into some deep trouble? And if $9.99 is a little too much for you, keep in mind Steam and pretty much any other gaming website that sells games for either Steam or are DRM free, like GOG.com. Games frequently go on sale. You don't have to wait for a summer sale or a winter sale. But this is something that I would recommend. Or maybe it's a great gift for somebody that that does play a lot of these games. Then here's another one. Here's yet another one, because there can never be enough games like this that have different patterns. Because I can see somebody maybe getting bored if they play the same game over and over. They've dominated the patterns, they've memorized them, and now they have a clean slate. They have a chance to really try out something new, something different. Keep in mind there are 14 different ships. So this whole time I've been playing at this speed with this amount of damage, but then you can switch out the character and have a completely new experience. And if you're on the YouTube channel, definitely go over to our website, press-pause.net. You'll see this video. There is a latest video thing right on the right side of the page. You can be notified whenever we're about to stream live on Twitch, which is Press Pause TV. We are also part of Extra Live Puerto Rico. Nicole streams there every Thursday. You can get all of that information over on the website. Okay. Now, hyperdrive is ready. I am finding myself in quite a bit of trouble. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed. You can feel the scaling up. Like, at this point, I'm just seeing things across the screen. I mean, that's sort of been the whole experience. But now, more so, I'm just sort of moving left and right. Okay, here we go. Full health now, so that's good. Okay, now this boss, I was able to defeat in 3 attempts. I want to see if I can actually lower that to 2. Because he's a bit of a 2-parter. Oh, okay. So, like, the strategy, I keep thinking, so do I just stay in a corner? I try to go in between, but then I overanalyze it too much, and I do end up getting hit. Like, right there. Okay, he's not at 50% yet. Neither am... Okay, here we go. Missile. Did that do a lot of damage? I'm not sure if you need to hit him with it, or if the blast radius deals damage also. Stop. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. I'm gonna try this, but I know I'm gonna need a checkpoint. Man. Okay, I'm actually up to part 2 now. With no health, which is not good. But I'll try, why not, right? Let's not give up. The fate of humanity is on my hands. Man, too much movement. Okay, that was too much for me. Way too much for me. Okay, let's try that again. There was a lot of yelling originally when I started playing this game. Like now, because I sort of get the deal of it, I'm a little bit more relaxed. But games that have me retry things a lot, I'm not gonna say they aggravate me, but they frustrate me because I feel like it's always my fault, which it pretty much is. Because I mean, it's if you're better at these games, then you shouldn't have to try so much, right? Okay, I think that was a good one. Ah, man, completely missed the boat. Or ship. Okay, I like to think I'm doing better than before. My eyeballs, they are overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. Okay. Whoa, I like ninja'd that. Quite proud of myself right now. Okay, I'm not really hitting him. It's no good if I'm dodging, if I'm not actually hitting the guy I'm supposed to destroy. Okay, this is massive damage right there. Okay, hyperdrive is loading up. Here we go, part 2, full health. We're doing good, folks, we're doing good. Any day now, there we go. Okay, hyperdrive ready. There we go. I think that did some good damage. We still have a ways to go. Okay, I've actually not taken any damage so far. And as I say that, I just took damage. Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1. Yes! Mission accomplished. No, we have not saved humanity yet. The threat is not over. But this video is, this session is. So, from a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate this game based specifically on what you've been able to see? Let me know that in the comments section if you played this game. Also, just give me your quick, 140 character review. Think this was Twitter. Do something like that. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, join the family, check out our Twitch streams over at twitch.tv/PressPauseTV. So until next time, thank you for watching. Enjoy Super Galaxy Squadron EX if you do have a chance to play it. And we will be back with the gaming goodness right here on Press Pause. And there's my ship about to die. Goodbye.